I think we need more thinking.
Let's try to get healthy. Let's stay together. And if we can do that, we'll put ourselves in a good situation.
How's it going, everyone, and welcome. I am back. We are back. I'm CS Chandler here for some, basketball talk. We're going to do a lot of watch-along for Game 3 of the NBA Finals. Knicks and Spurs. Let's go. Where are my Spurs fans at? Where are my Knicks fans at? Very excited about this. Game 2, crazy. Absolutely insane. And here, let me just... No one needs to see that. Go Knicks. But awesome game so far, 1 and 2. Game 1 had an incredible comeback by the Knicks to win the game. And then game 2, you had an incredible not getting defeated Knicks. You know, despite the refs, the officiating going against them, they still powered forward and got that win. So very excited for Game 3 here. You know, just thinking back onto that Game 2, it was insane. Like, first of all, like the worst no call like in that entire game was De'Aaron Fox clamping down on Hart's arm or his hand or whatever, and then swinging around doing a little do-si-do with him, moving his pivot foot. No travel call, and then picking up the ball and dribbling it again in a double dribble, and then no offensive call, no offensive foul call. Like, insane no call there. Insane no call. And then only to give him the and one as well. Absolutely insane. Then you had the tech assessed to Robinson, which was not another attack on Wemby either. It wasn't like a double tech assessed, even though Wemby was the one that pushed him first. So you got that, and then luckily it was rescinded, but still, like, they got a point out of that. So really, that should have been 103 to 105 final score. But then you got that last maybe like minute or so where Wemby, I don't know what he was thinking. Like, when you look at the slow down, you see that Castle is actually looking at him. He's looking at him, and then it's almost like as if he then registers, okay, he's not going to pass it to me, so he looks back the other way, and as he looks back the other way, that's when Wemby throws it. So definitely miscommunication there. Like, they battled so hard to then come back and tie it, and then Wemby blows it. You would then foul Brunson. Luckily, he only made one for you. He didn't make two against you in the free throws. You got the rebound. Then you advanced the ball. You set up a play for Wemby, and he misses a wide open look. Like, that was a very good look. Misses it. So, like, that was just an insane end to that game. Definitely all on Wemby. A little bit on the Castle, but definitely a lot on Wemby there. Despite the fact he actually did have a decent game. At least the first half was actually really good. He had the most points out of the entire game, 29 points. But, you know, when you need him the most is when he kind of lacked in. Of course, he's young. He's going to learn from that. But that's all more props to the Knicks for battling back against all of the horrible officiating. They did not get fazed by it at all. They kept on pushing forward, and that's one thing that you gotta love about the Knicks, especially Brunson. Cat, I've said this before, I hated Cat when he was on the Timberwolves. Absolutely hated him. Could not stand him. Now I absolutely love him on the Knicks. Absolutely love him. He just fits so much better with the Knicks. And I feel like he's also matured a lot. He has learned to play team ball rather than just him and Ant kind of going at it, him trying to prove himself or whatever. He's kind of settled into his role as the center for the Knicks, and I'm loving it. I think he ever since that loss in Atlanta, they have not missed a beat, and Cat himself has been killing it. I know Brunson got the Eastern Conference Final MVP, But to be honest, I would actually put Cat up there for MVP right now. He is definitely, or should be, if everything keeps on going the way it's been going, he should 100% deserve Finals MVP. He's got to, like, that. Just he's been outwardly just amazing to watch, and the fact that he is not worried, he's not scared about Wemby. There is not an ounce of scare. The only one that I saw get a little bit timid around Wemby was Alvarado game 2 when they on the fast break and he sees Wemby in the paint and he's like, I'm not gonna do that, and so he like turns around. That's the only time I've seen a Nick kind of a little bit timid around Wemby. Short of that, they have not been scared at all. And if anything, Cat's been bullying Wemby, which has just been really fun to watch. So, give me your thoughts on Game 2, and give me your predictions on this game. What's up, Snow Wolf? My man Josh, I should say. No Snow Wolf here, right? Joshua Jokic. What's up, Darwin? How's it going? Welcome all. Very excited for this game, and I know that the talk of, there's been 2 main points of talk about this game. One, well, actually no, three, right? One, the first finals first finals game in Madison Square Garden since 1999. That is crazy. That is something right there that is fully epic. Then you have the price for tickets for this game, where it's just insane. I saw the one, like, ESPN's takes on the prices has been one of like very few things that I've liked coming out of them. But they said one thing of like, you could buy for the price of one of the tickets at this game, you could also buy a house in San Antonio and watch it in your living room on your TV in there. Like, it's insane, the price range. Like, to be by the ceiling, you would have to pay $10,000 to be by the ceiling. That's crazy. And then 180 to be remotely close to the floor. Man. And then the other one is the president being there. Good old president being there, which is just crazy. One thing I would say is, if you are wanting to hate the Knicks right now because of that, don't hate the Knicks because of that. I mean, you got both sides of the political spectrum rooting for both teams. You got Ted Cruz rooting for the Spurs. You got AOC also rooting for the Knicks. So, they're all about it. Don't focus on the politics of it. Focus on the team itself, and you gotta love this Knicks team. They are just locked in, like you've never seen a team locked in before. Like, everyone was like praising about OKC last season. The Knicks so far have been way better than OKC. Way better. So there needs to be more praise for this Knicks team right now, especially the fact that they haven't lost a game in 13 games. That's insane for a playoff run. That's insane. That's crazy. For Game 5, really, you paid $850 for Game 5. I paid $1,200 for Game 2 of the Nuggets final. That was, and I was so bummed that we didn't get shirts for Game 2. There was no game shirts for Game 2. I thought the Cronkies kind of cheaped out on that Game 2. Game 1, of course, everyone got shirts, and then I was like, okay, Game 2 they'll get shirts. Nope. But here we are. But that's $850. That's actually a bargain for a finals game, especially the finals game where they won the championship. Awesome. I mean, the Knicks, yeah, they beat the Nuggets, and so have the Cavaliers. The Cavaliers have owned us for several years now. It's really annoying. But at least the Knicks, we have gotten a win in there. I think we got a win last season against the Knicks. I can't remember. I think it was at home. They won against the Knicks. So the Knicks have only won the last 3 games or something like that to us. Hasn't been as bad as the Cavs. Cavs, yeah. All right, we got Knicks lineup coming in now. Watching these games, I've really noticed even more similarities. It kind of really feels like OG Anunoby is the Knicks version of Aaron Gordon, AG. So OG is AG, like, and they pretty much play the same position too. They're both power forwards. OG's also the lob threat. Hit some amazing threes. Who's excited about this game? I mean, like, if you grew up the '90s, you got to be excited about this game, man. This is so freaking fun. Yeah, that's the crazy thing is, like, I just really was annoyed that the Spurs got one-sided officiating in favor of them in Game 2. But Wemby and the Spurs, I am definitely grateful to them for taking out the Timberwolves and OKC. That alone does put them high on my list here. And I mean, I've always enjoyed the Spurs. I think I've said this before. Like, the days of David Robinson was really fun to watch, and he was one of my favorite players growing up. But yeah, and then you have Tim Duncan. Like, you got Pop, the GOAT of coaches, and he's still, working for the Spurs. He hasn't even retired yet. They're a likable team regardless. I also didn't realize how insane their fans are. Like, Nuggets Nation, we gotta be better. Like, both Spurs and Knicks fans out-fan us. Like, I remember going to that finals game for the Nuggets, and it just didn't feel as like of an epic event as it should have, being our first finals ever. Oh, 100% Snow Wolf, Josh. 100%. I'm so glad that we have new teams. Ultimately, I would have loved to have had the Nuggets and not the Spurs, but if you had to add a different team representing the Western Conference, I'm glad it's the Spurs. Nuggets or Spurs is great. And if it's on the Eastern side, Knicks or Bulls. Knicks or Chicago Bulls, which I don't think we'll ever see, or it'll be a while before the Chicago Bulls get back to the finals, that's for sure. True, very true. They are definitely much more football oriented. And I was also thinking about it, that it feels like the East Coast, the environment there just kind of creates more confident people, essentially. And whereas like Colorado kind of raises more humble people. And so we're typically more quiet because we're raised to be more humble. Whereas the East Coast, everywhere from Philly up to Boston, they're loud. They are there's no shame. They are going to say whatever they want at any time, and they don't care how much noise they make. Some part of that I envy. Some part of that I am glad that I'm not like that. Mark Davis is officiating. Oy, can we get these? I would love to have a game without Mark Davis, without Tony Brothers, without Scott Foster. Like, just get those three away from the freaking games. Put Bill Kennedy back in, man. Why are we not seeing Bill Kennedy in the finals? Oh, and the Spurs get the tip. All right, here we go. Got Fox with the ball. Outlet to Wemby. Wemby goes to the paint. Deflected. Back to Castle. Over to Vassell. 3 misses, and Hart gets the rebound. Nice. Brunson with the ball going up. He gets into the paint. Step back jump. Too short. And Wemby gets the rebound. Now he's bringing up the ball over to Vassell. Back to Wemby. Guarded by Cat to Castle, who's guarded by Bridges. Switches. Back to switches. Now Vassell with the ball, guarded by OG. Over to Fox. Rushes for the rim. Guarded by Hart. No good. Towns get the rebound over to Brunson. And we got over to Bridges, guarded by Castle. Switched. And a turnover. We got our first turnover here. Yeah, seriously. So, see the fans go crazy for sure. Castle outlet to Fox, goes in the paint, and a lob to Wemby. They score first. Court does look cool. I know. Definitely a little bit of retro vibes, some 90s in there. Hart. Oh, another turnover by the Knicks. Back-to-back turnovers from the Knicks. Not the greatest start, but, you know, they haven't had the best start so far. So far, it's 2-0 San Antonio. Castle to Wemby for a dunk. Oh, no. Almost a turnover. Hart saves it. Over to Bridges in the corner. He's guarded by Wemby. Block shot. Oy. Spurs are definitely fired up in this start here. Castle to Fox. Fox goes into the paint. Should have traveled. Didn't get the call. Vassell knocks down a three. It's 7-0 now. Spurs. Brunson with the ball here. Over to Towns to Hart for three. Finally. Josh Hart with the three. First bucket for the Knicks. Let's go. Vassell with the ball. Up at the top of the key. Guarded by Bridges. Goes into the paint. Tries to go up. He gets the and one. Dang. Really not a good start for the Knicks. If you're a Spurs fan, you must be loving this right now. But I'm sure you're also a little worried because just as much as they're starting off good, Knicks will definitely come back. Whether that's in the second quarter or the second half, they'll definitely come back. But it's a good start for the Knicks. 9-3, or the Spurs, sorry. Good start for the Spurs. And no good on the conversion there for Castle. So we hang at 9-3 Spurs. Brunson with the ball, guarded by Castle in the paint. Tries to pivot, step back, up off the glass. Nice. That is a beautiful shot from Brunson. It's a 4-point game now. Castle with the ball and a foul call. So I wonder who's going to get the favor of the whistle now that the Knicks are the home team. The last two games, the Spurs have definitely had the favorable whistle. So far, the Knicks have not had a decent enough favor for the whistle. Good game is nice for sure. A fair game. Oh, nice turnover pushed by Anunoby on Fox. Shamit's now in. And Brunson gets the ball up to Towns. Oh, and an offensive foul on Brunson. What the hell? Castle draws the offensive foul on Brunson. Man. One thing I've noticed is I think Castle has been way too used to facing Thunder, so he feels like he needs to draw some fouls. The Knicks aren't like the Thunder. They don't do the same flopping like Hartenstein, Caruso, Dort, and SGA do. Like, You don't need to be that exaggerated. But Castle to lob to Wemby for the dunk. 11-5 now. Yeah, right. Patrick Ewing, man. He's the reason I'm a Knicks fan. He's 100% the reason why I'm a Knicks fan. Shamet with a 3. No good. And, oi. Almost. OG got it. Almost. But Castle gets it. Gets the rebound. Over to Wemby. Wemby guarded by Hart. Back to Castle for 3. And it's good. 9-point game. 14-5. San Antonio. Brunson finally gets a foul call in his favor. First free throws for the Knicks. You know, the interesting thing is, I'm sure it's a lot louder than the stream is allowing right now, but you can't really tell if they're booing or cheering certain players right now. All right, makes his first bucket, going for the second one now. And no good. Misses the second one. Vassell with the rebound. Over to Castle. Castle guarded by Hart. Cat is sticking on Wemby. Love it. Castle still defended by Hart. He goes up and gets it. 10-point lead now. Man. Shamet, long pass, inbound pass to Hart. He's at the top of the key now, guarded by Castle. Over to Shamet, guarded by Wemby. Over to Hart for 3. Come on. Yes! Let's go. Hart with the 3. 7-point game. Wemby now double teamed. He goes in. Euro step for the bucket and the N1. Just like that. Like every chance that the Knicks are getting, the Spurs are coming right back with the same point, if not more. Jack Nicklaus, really? And Wemby going for the and one, and he makes it. Back to a 10-point game. So the first 5 minutes has been primarily all Spurs domination here. Coming out very hot, but what's kind of not worked with them is coming out this hot early in the game. They spend a lot of their energy, and then in the later part of the game is when the Knicks, who have reserved their energy, come back and take the game. So definitely interesting to see what's going to happen here. Yeah, Larry David's there, my man. Love Larry David. Man, curb your enthusiasm. I identify with Larry David so much in that there's so many things. I'm such an old Jewish man.
Every time I drive, I feel like I'm in a movie now. Oh, wow, that's an entrance. Is she okay? Oh, yeah, they always are. Chinese motorcyclists upset.
We got a commercial here. The loud commercials. What are we thinking so far for the game in the first 5 minutes of this game here? Let me know in the chat here what we all think. What adjustments do the Knicks need to make, do you feel? And they already substituted Shamet or Bridges for Shamet. I think you get Bridges back in and maybe, get Alvarado back in. Only thing is, with Wemby on the floor, not a lot you can really do when he's guarding your short guys. In the blue jacket, I'm gonna have to look for that. I haven't seen that yet. If you're just now tuning in, we are on a commercial break right now, waiting for the game to come back. And Spurs have a 10-point lead. If you're a Spurs fan, good on you. If you're a Knicks fan, I feel the stress. I feel the stress. I had the opportunity tonight to go see the Vegas Aces game, the Aces in the Seattle game there, and I had to turn it down. No way I was gonna miss this game. This game was too important. First MSG finals game in 27 years. Better believe I'm gonna be watching it. Disclosure Day coming out this Friday. Pretty interesting. I'm excited to see that. He's had 3 other Alien films, all with different aspects. I can talk about that later. The game is back now. So Wemby already with 9 points. All right. So Hart inbounding the ball. He gets it to OG. OG guarded by Castle. He goes to the paint, back, turn around, and he gets it in. Nice. 8-point game. Maybe they can start a little run here. Castle guarded by Hart. To top of the key. He goes into the paint, tries to shoot. Wemby saves it, and out of bounds. Nice. Way to go, Towns. There you go. Bully him. Brunson to inbounds to Shamet. Back to Brunson. Guarded by Harper. Dylan Harper there. Back to Shamet. Over to Towns. Guarded by Keldon Johnson. Back to Shamet. Over to OG for 3. Oh, couldn't make it. Harper with the rebound. Outlets it to Castle. Almost loses it. Back to Harper. Harper splits it and goes for the layup and in. Back to a 10-point game. Brunson bringing up the ball, guarded by Castle. He runs to the baseline. Now he's switched out by Wemby, guarding him for 3. No good. Oh. Cat totally took a shot to the face there, trying to rebound from Vassell. No call, though. Wemby gets the ball taken from him. Brunson running up. Let's go. Over to OG. Spin around and dunk. Let's go, OG. Dylan Harper bringing up the ball now. Guarded by OG. Switched out by Brunson. Back to OG. Vassell for 3. And he makes it. Man, see, this is what I'm talking about. Every single time the Knicks get a bucket, the Spurs get a triple in some way. Shamit with the ball over to Hart. Finally they call a foul on Johnson, who already fouled with no call on Shamit. So now Wemby's going out. We get Cornette on the floor. You know, I was surprised that Cornette only played 7 minutes. I thought he was going to play more minutes than that. Oh, now they're doing the replay. Wemby definitely threw Brunson down to the floor. That's crazy. Hart to Cat now. Guarded by Johnson still. Over to Hart. Hart for three. Oh. No good. Fox with the rebound. Over to Vassell. Back to Fox. Back to Keldon. Up for the layup. No good. And Cornette gets the rebound. Keeps the ball alive. Fox guarded by Shamit. Long two. No good. And Hart gets the rebound. All right. Let's go, Knicks. Come on. Get a play going here. Hart outlets it to Deuce. Over to Cat. Guarded by Cornette. The floater. Good. Got a 9-point game now. Maybe they can get some going here. Harper guarded by Brunson. Cuts him off. Try to get some going. Step back. No good. And Hart with the rebound again. Hart is a rebounding machine, man. He gets up and he goes in. Nice. Oh, he just took a huge shot from Cornette. Oh, now they got a heat going. Yeah. I mean, that was... What was Cornette doing there? What was Cornette doing? You know, I've seen a couple of plays in game 2 where Cornette was trying to start something and it never got really going. But that was totally intentional. If I was Hart too, I would have took exception to that. He just ran right into Hart. Like, come on, you got to look at that. That's not cool. Right? I love when seeing this version of Cat. Cat has been a different mold since coming to the Knicks. Couldn't stand him as a Wolf. I love him as a Knick. Absolutely love him as a Knick. And true, they weren't going to win forever, but I'm hoping that they get it done. I want to see the Knicks win in Madison Square Garden. So if they lose tonight, then I hope they win Game 4. Spurs can win Game 5, but then they win Game 6. I just don't see the Spurs winning 2 in a row. I don't see it. I don't see this Knicks squad who is super locked in. If they lose one, they're going to be even more locked in for Game 4. Hopefully this will spark some momentum for the Knicks, though, because that was a brutal shot. Man, that's the perfect game-watching spread there. Pizza rolls and mini corn dogs. That's like taking it back to the 90s as a kid watching NBA, man. I think I'm going to eat some pasta and some chicken. Pasta, you know, get the vibes for New York going here. How are we feeling about the game so far? If you just joined the chat, welcome. If you just joined the stream, it's a reminder, don't have the budget for the little box score up ahead, so scoreboard. I don't have a budget yet, so I'll call out the score periodically. But so far, Spurs are ahead. They're looking at a play that Cornette just totally bulldozed Hart. Hart took exception to it, pushed him back, got a little bit of conflict there going, so they're looking at the play right now. We're in commercial break, so game will resume back soon, so just hang in there. Not that I like to talk about Stanley Cup right now because I'm still bitter at the result of the Western Conference Finals, but I gotta say, the Vegas Golden Knights are a super annoying team. Super freaking annoying. Can't stand them. And then the fact that they won that game 3, Carolina worked so hard to tie it up and go into overtime, double overtime, and Vegas had to still win it. Super annoying. Yeah, so they coming back. They're looking at some plays here. There was no call on that Wemby throwing Brunson down. And now I guess there's a tech assessed from this previous play. Unclear a little bit who got the tech, though. Well, Hart is sitting down, so it's... Is it Spurs getting the tech? It is. The Spurs are getting the tech free throw. What the hell? That was totally on Cornette. Vassell misses it, though, so at least there's that. That is ridiculous. Are you kidding me? Cornette plows Hart down, and there's not a tech assessed to him. At most, you do a double tech. No one shoots a free throw, whatever. But give the Spurs the free throw? Are you kidding me? That's the annoying thing right now about this finals. Like, I really appreciate the Spurs for taking out the Timberwolves in OKC, but this is not the way to play this game. Don't be biased for this freaking team right now. That is ridiculous. So Shamet with the 3, no good, and Harper comes up with the rebound. Over to Fox, over to Keldon Johnson, and he gets it in. Back to a 9-point lead. So score right now, if you aren't watching or if you're just listening, is 26 Spurs, 17 Knicks. Brunson with the ball in the paint, step back, and doesn't get it to go. Robinson tries to keep it alive, but Spurs get it. So Harper over to Cornette, over to Fox, gets the screened, and then Fox for 2. Back to an 11-point game here. I think those two, the no call on Brunson getting shoved down to the ground by Wemby, and now Cornette not getting called with a tech, is starting to irritate them a little bit. Brunson just got a layup to go in. That's nice. So back to a 9-point game, 28-19. Got Harper guarded by Shamet. Over to Cornette at the top of the key. Over back to Harper, who gets it in the dunk. Man. McBride bringing up the ball. Oh, he missed. He was going to throw it to Robinson. He misses it. Johnson gets the ball. Luckily, no one gets it. Oh, Shamet saves it. Control the ball, Knicks. Come on now. Dang, that was close. OG, no good. He gets fouled, though. So OG's going to shoot a couple of free throws here. That was almost a Wemby-like turnover for McBride to Robinson. Luckily, they didn't capitalize on that. But, man, the Knicks are not looking the same as they had the last 2 games. And maybe it's a little bit of the pressure. Maybe it's a little bit of, the home court pressure. Maybe it's the fact that they have won 13 straight games. Harper definitely has some hops on him. All right, Cornette going out. I've seen a little bit of that dirtiness from Cornette when he was a Celtic. One of the reasons I haven't really loved him, but if he's on your team, I'm sure you love him. Kind of like the Dort factor. If you have Dort on your team, you don't care how dirty he is, you're gonna love it. So, okay, OG makes a couple here. 30-21, 9-point lead for the Spurs. Wemby with the ball over to Champagny for 3, and he gets it. 12-point lead now, 33-21 Spurs. Minute left in the game here, first quarter. And Brunson rushing the ball up, guarded by Harper. Brunson trying to get that ball up, no good, but Robinson gets the ball, and he gets actually hit, no call, but I think it was Johnson, or no, Fox tries to save the ball, is out of bounds, so still Knicks ball. Brunson's going to inbound it. And Brunson bounce pass to Robinson, who gets fouled. Also crazy how they were hack-a-mitching in the second game there. Like, it's every team has been doing that right now with the Knicks. If you're Mitch Robinson, I'm like, why are you not working on your free throws to make sure that that's not a weak point for your team, essentially? It's kind of like when Nuggets had DeAndre Jordan. Like, you foul him, you're probably gonna slow down the game for the Nuggets. First one. It gets the bounce. Let's go, Mitch. Getting that bounce to go in. They showed him in the national anthem. They showed him in the national anthem. But they haven't shown him since. Ball, second time, and no good. Wemby gets the rebound. Well, 1 for 2 is not bad. So Fox bringing up the ball now. Guarded by Shamet. And Wemby for 3, no good. OG with the rebound. Gets it over to Brunson. Almost a turnover because it almost was to McBride. He kind of ducked his head. And now Brunson guarded by Champagnie. 16 seconds left on the clock. Still rushing in. Fade away. No good. And Wemby has the ball. He's bringing up the ball now. Guarded by Robinson. Goes in for the paint. And no good. And that's the end of it. So 33-22 is your first quarter score. Spurs take the quarter there. That was a very dominant quarter for the Spurs, gotta admit. You know, they've been doing dominant first quarters. Even game 2, they had a much similar domination in that first quarter. It's all about if they can keep the consistency of their energy throughout 4 quarters. And so far, you know, the second quarter or second half hasn't even come. We still have a second quarter to go to, so it'll be definitely interesting to see how that plays out. And main focus for the Knicks is to wear out Wemby. Will it happen? And no, we'll see. But it's been a decent approach to the game against the Spurs team, is wearing them down. You might get down, at first, but as long as you're wearing them down, gives you a chance to come back on top in the second half. We'll see if that happens here. Yeah, it's interesting that I don't think a lot of teams have very exciting white jerseys. Knicks might have one of the best white jerseys, but for the most part, I have, Knicks and Miami. Miami has an awesome white jersey with the Vice logo in it, or font and everything. I love those jerseys. But for the most part, I can't stand many of the white jerseys across the league. Let me know what you all think. I really wish that the Nuggets would redo their white jerseys. Those things are so blah. If you're just joining, welcome. Knicks are up, Spurs are up. I wanted the Knicks up, but the Spurs are up 33-22 end of the first quarter. Wemby's been having a pretty dominant game so far. True. Good point there, Josh. The Hornets do have a really good white jersey. I would agree with that. So, Hornets, Heat, and Knicks. the cool thing about this game 3, if you went to this game, is the fact that you not only got a T-shirt, but you also got a rally towel. So they gave out both. And if you're paying $10,000 a ticket, that's the least you can give me for complimentary stuff. Like, I want that. I want, my concessions complimentary as well. Like, 10,000, man. You better put out a buffet, a free buffet for everyone going to that game, paying $10,000 a ticket. You can have an amazing trip to Disney World for 4 with $10,000. It's crazy. I saw Patrick Ewing and Tracy Morgan gave out some tickets to some kids at the Today Show. And so many people saying they should sell those tickets and put it towards their college education. Kind of, I don't know. I difficult to put that one. Like, definitely it's a smarter option, but this is an event, generational event here. Alvarado with the ball to start off and gets the floater in. First bucket of the quarter goes to Alvarado of the Knicks. Castle bringing up the ball. Oh, right. 100%, Josh. 100%. Carter Bryant then returns with a 3. Exactly the same thing that's been happening all game so far. Every bucket that the Knicks do, the Spurs respond with an even bigger bucket. So, got McBride with the ball at the baseline over to Alvarado, who's heavily guarded by Castle. Gets it over to Shamet for 3, blocked by Carter Bryant. Castle retrieves the ball at the top of the key, kicks it over to Bryant, and he's guarded by Alvarado. Over to Wemby at the top of the key, guarded by Towns, and almost went for that 3, didn't make it, but Champagny with the 3, no good. Alvarado with the rebound. All right. Alvarado guarded by Bryant, over to Anunoby. Over to McBride. Guarded by Fox for 3. No good. And foul called on Castle. On Cat there. Ball's going to stay on the Knicks side here. Again, it's 36-24 Spurs in the second quarter. 10 minutes. So we've almost hit the first 2 minutes of the game here. And, we're seeing some Jordan Clarkson minutes now. McBride getting subbed out for Jordan Clarkson. They made a big issue of if the Knicks win, then Jordan Clarkson will be the first ever Filipino to have won the championship. And if the Spurs win, then Harper's the first ever. Castle now fouls OG in the corner pocket. OG will go for 3 free throws here. Yeah. So Castle's left hand is just pushing on Anunoby's side, and he's like wondering how he fouled Anunoby. Like, dude, you can't push the torso of the shooter. You just can't. Anunoby with the first bucket, or the first free throw bucket here. So, Game 4 is going to be on Wednesday. I'm actually going to be in the Bay Area for Game 4. I'm going to try to go live, but I won't have my whole setup here, so I don't know if I'll be able to with my phone. It typically isn't as good quality, so I'll try. If nothing else, I'll do a post-game for it. Third one here, and it's good. Gets it down to a 9-point game, 36-27 Spurs. Bryant inbounds the ball to Champagny. Champagny over to Castle. Castle guarded by Shamet. Rushes in, and he's hacked by Shamet. And they call the foul. Castle hasn't really been having a good finals. He was more dominant, I think, in the rest of the playoffs, but the Knicks have definitely had a lot of answers for Castle. It's really been Fox and Vassell who's been a big issue. And then, of course, Wemby when he's guarded by a little guy. It's interesting how the little guards don't affect Wemby as much as they affect Jokic. Jokic gets so bothered by getting guarded by little guys. Castle for the second bucket, and it's good. So, back to an 11-point game. 38-27 Spurs. Alvarado bringing the ball up. Guarded by Champagny. Looking to set a play here. Cat with the screen. And he doesn't get a shot. He gets over to Alvarado. Guarded by Wemby. Trying to get the ball in, and he gets it. Over Wemby. Let's go. And they call the foul. Let's go. Love the trash talking Alvarado has on Wemby. That was cool to see. Alvarado, yeah, that is awesome. You know, there was actually a couple of blocks that they gave Wemby last game that were not blocks at all. There was one specifically that I think it was either Shamet or Alvarado went for a layup, and it hit the backboard first before bouncing out, and it just kind of looked like Wemby blocked it, but he never even touched the ball, and yet they gave him a block for it. So Towns got fouled. He's going to do the and one here, and it's good. All right. So 8-point game now, 38-30 Spurs. 9.5 minutes left in the first half here. And Castle right to the rim. Layup. It's good. 10-point game again. Alvarado bringing up the ball. Guarded by Fox. Back to Cat. Guarded by Castle. He's trying to get something going on. Heavily guarded. He gets it over to Anunoby. Anunoby guarded by Bryant. Over to Clarkson for 3. And it's good. Let's go. 7-point game now, 40-33 Spurs. Castle guarded by Alvarado. Gets it over to Wemby, guarded by Cat. Over to Fox, guarded by Bridges. Back to Castle for wide open 3. No good. Anunoby with the rebound. Kicks it over to Alvarado. Rushes up the ball. Stopped by Fox. Switch happens, now guarded by Bryant. Gets it over to Cat, guarded by the smaller Fox. And he bullies him in and puts it up. It's good. That should be an and one right there, but, you know, whatever. He got it in. Hollers at Fox, letting him know. Let's go, Cat. 5-point game now. Here come the Knicks. And now Castle guarded heavily by Anunoby. He gets the picket pocked. Oh, and Anunoby gets the ball, collects it for 3. It's good. Let's go. 2-point game. Knicks running. Let's go. I don't know who this bearded guy is by Chalamet, but he's definitely vibing with it. Lots of celebrities there at this game. You know, they can afford to go to those expensive games, I guess. You know, that's the one thing that's unfortunate is they definitely priced out all of the middle American fans there with those prices. It's another reason. I looked at the ticket prices for Game 4. They're even more expensive than Game 3. And then I looked at the ticket prices for Game 6, just in case. Those are even way more expensive than either of these two games. It's insane. I guess it makes kind of a little bit of sense if that's the case. You know, if they're going to be expensive, they're going to be even more expensive for the chance that the Knicks win the championship there. But man, that's the one thing I'm glad that the Nuggets are not as big of a market, because then we would be getting these price gouging ticket sales for playoff games. Lots what? What about lots? Where are we watching from while we're on a commercial break here? Where are we watching from? I'm guessing one person's in Minnesota. I'm guessing one person's in Colorado. Where are the other 4 people watching from? Been a great run so far for the Knicks in this stretch here. 2-point game. So I'm telling you, don't count the Knicks out. Don't count the Knicks out, Spurs. Gotta keep the foot down on the gas there, and you let it up. That's what happens. Lakewood, okay. Okay, Josh. I used to be in the drum line in high school where we'd have lots of competitions in Lakewood. Hey. That's... Oh. Just wanted to type out lots just for the fun of it. There you go, Josh. There's the Nemesis being shown right there. And we were doing so well without seeing that. Oh well. Here's a replay of Clarkson for that 3 there. And then, oh, the replay of Cat with that floater. And then there, Fox totally fouled him. And they were just letting that happen. Not the same thing on the other side of the court. If that was the case and you saw Fox getting that treatment, that would have been a foul called. The disparage in the officiating has been just ridiculous with this series. My boy, nah, man. He's your boy. He's your boy. You take him. All right, Harper being guarded by Bridges is bringing up the ball, kicks it over to Castle, guarded by Alvarado. No, it's Hart. Sorry, Hart. Guarded by Hart. And they call the foul. Oh, called against Towns for what? I know, right? They don't want to show him too long because they know people are going to start chirping. Okay, well, I guess there it is a little bit of a foul there. Cat was kind of bear hugging Wemby there. Wemby with the ball, guarded by Cat. And he gets, oh, no good, in and out. All right. Not the best restaurant, in and out. Alvarado with the ball over to Hart. Wanted to get a 3, couldn't. Gets it over to Bridges, back to Clarkson, over the Hart. Good ball movement here. Towns with a fadeaway, in and out. Another bad restaurant there. All right. Now we're with Harper, going up the ball. Bringing up the ball here, guarded by Jordan. And then kicks it over to Castle, who muscles it in. That was actually hats off to Castle for that. That was pretty solid there. He had a fairly decent open lane there to get that up, too. And then it finally was closed off at the very last second, but he got it in. 4-point game, 42-38. Spurs. Alvarado guarded by Wemby for 3. No good. Oh, and Bridges tries to get the rebound. He's fouled by Harper. Yeah, there was a little bit of a bunny hop there from Castle in that last one. Sometimes the traveling calls vary and the different rules and everything. And it feels like no one knows or understands traveling rules or double dribbles or whatever. Cat gets the ball to float in over Cornette, and now they're jockeying for position here, trying to get back. Castle gets it over to Champagny, goes into the middle lane, over to Harper for three, no good, and Clarkson collects the ball. Over to Cat, back to Clarkson, bringing up the ball, guarded by Castle. Cat with the screen. Clarkson still managed. Oh, he almost lost the ball there. And then he gets it to Bridges, deflected by Harper. It's going to stay on the Knicks side here. We got 6 minutes left in the first half. Wemby is sitting out. It's a 2-point game, 42-40. Spurs on top here. Brunson's inbounding the ball. He gets it over to Hart, to Cat, deflected by Cornette. Harper collects the ball, guarded by Bridges. Kicks it over to Castle. Guarded by Brunson. He gets in. He gets double teamed over to Harper for three. No good. And out on Towns. Kind of by Cornette. Cornette kind of bounced it off of Towns. So Cornette's definitely being more aggressive in this game. They're letting him be more physical now. So Vassell gets the inbound, and Jordan Clarkson picks his pocket. Bad pass to Hart. Castle gets the ball and the and one. He's going to get the chance for a three-point play. Back to a 4-point game, 44-40. Man, that was a good play from Jordan Clarkson, but then he way too far misses Hart in that pass. Man. Clarkson giveth and taketh. And one is good. 5-point game, 45-40. 5 minutes or 5:50 left on the clock in the first half here. Brunson right to the rim for a layup there. It's a 3-point game. Champagny with the ball over to Harper. He goes for the rim and he gets it in. 47-40 now. Spurs on top. Clarkson with the ball, guarded by Champagny, and he gets the ball to go in on a layup. Castle now bringing up the ball, guarded by Hart. Switch happens, back to another switch, and he muscles up the ball again for another bucket. Calling for the foul, no call. And he's complaining now to the ref. Castle's been a little bit annoying in this series, got to be honest. He's been a little bit annoying. There was one flopping thing that they didn't call him for flopping in game 2. The way he's like jumping around with his legs spread out definitely feels like he's learning a lot from SGA, and it just doesn't feel like it's as good basketball play as he typically does. Again, it really feels like the Spurs are too locked into how to defeat the Thunder that they're even playing their good style of basketball here. So, what are we thinking right now for the game so far? Over halfway in the second quarter. Spurs still on top, but credit to the Knicks. They have managed to battle back and make it an interesting game now. It's a 5-point game, but soon going to be it's a 7-point game now. Well, there's a new Jackass movie going to come out. Showing the trailer for that now. To be honest, I never watched the TV show Jackass. I know it was on. I never watched it. I did watch the movies. Some of it was too much for me even when I was, because that, like, Jackass was the millennial kind of TV show and experience, but even sometimes it was too much for me. Some of the things that they did on there was either too much painfulness to watch or too gross to watch. I know if you watch the DNVR, they typically on their watch-alongs will do an emoji of the quarter. We're already past the first quarter, way long. We're now in the half of the second quarter, but if you had to give an emoji for the second half, what would it be? Drop your nomination for emoji of the half, of the first half, whether you're a Spurs fan or a Knicks fan. Feel like this could also be a good emoji with the back and forth here. All right, Brunson is bringing up the ball, and it is still a 5-point lead for the Spurs, 49-44. Hart now with the ball, almost deflected by Harper, over to Anunoby. Anunoby in the corner pocket for three, and it's good. Let's go. All right. 2-point game now. 49-47, Spurs on top. Harper blocked by Anunoby. Man, this is what I'm saying. Anunoby has so much of AG-like qualities. He is great. I love watching Anunoby, man. When he's hot, and he's been, and all the times that the Nuggets have lost, it's been when Anunoby gets really hot. So Hart has the ball. He kicks it over to Brunson for three, and it's good. Knicks have their first lead, and first to 50. 49-50, Knicks on top by one. Man, this is what I'm saying. They're battling back now. Fox, guarded by Bridges, over to Wemby, who totally second-guessed his shot. Backs up for a three, and it's good. Short-lived Knicks lead. Spurs back up by two. All right, and Hart bringing up the ball. Kicks it over to Brunson, guarded by Vassell. Brunson guarded now by Champagny. Trying to get, he splits defenders. Floater, no good. And out on Hart. Spurs ball. Snowwolf Josh Jokic, what did you feel about that turnover at the end of game 2 from ONB? Or the missed wide open look? I mean, the shot that he just made, that three, is almost the exact same shot that he missed at the final seconds of game 2. And an alley-oop to Wemby. They get a 4-point game once again. 3 minutes left in the first half here. Hart over to Anunoby, guarded by Fox. Tries to fight him off. Oh, little stumble there, and Wemby gets the deflection. Harper over to Wemby, back to Harper for three. No good, and there's a foul on Castle pushing Brunson. Brunson's on the ground. I think he's kind of selling a little bit for sure, but, you know, he gets beaten up so much. Oh, he's holding his lower back. He might have landed wrong on his back there. Rick Brunson, his dad's calling for a look at the play. Are they going to look at it? They're going to look. They're going to look at the play here. Oh, I mean, it definitely, when you look at the replay, Castle definitely pushes Brunson, but Brunson definitely sells it. And it's the way that Brunson falls that almost hurts him more than the push. I don't know if that should be a flagrant, because there was a little bit of sell on Brunson there. Definitely a foul. Definitely a foul. I don't know about a flagrant though. If they call a flagrant, I'll take it. If they don't, it is a foul though. That's 100% a foul. Yeah, no unnecessary contact. I mean, I feel the Knicks fans' distaste for that result, but when you look at it, you gotta be honest. There wasn't a lot of wind up from it. He was just running. If anything, though, like now looking at another angle, he does hit Brunson with his elbow in the chin. I think so far the footage has been focusing more on Brunson's back, but Castle definitely hit him in the chin with the elbow. So Knicks are in the bonus, so Brunson's gonna shoot a couple here. Yeah, I'm changing my decision. That was definitely a bullshit no call. Or just a regular foul call. That should have been a flagrant, just from that elbow to the chin there. So Brunson makes the first. Going for the second one here. 3 minutes left in the game. (54-51). Spurs on top. Brunson for his second shot. And he makes it. Let's go. Okay, 54-52. And it's difficult to sometimes see what happened, what transpired, when the stream only shows you one angle. When they show the other angle, you're like, oh, okay, I get it now. Anunoby just almost lost it, but Alvarado or Hart with the cleanup gets it, and now it's a tied game, 54-54. We're all tied up. Castle bringing him with the ball, guarded by Anunoby. Over to Wemby, guarded by Cat. Gets it to Fox, guarded by Bridges. Pulls up, and he gets it. Defense has not been great right now for Knicks. Or the Spurs have just been that good. Brunson trying to fight off Castle. Can't. Kicks it back out to Hart. Over to Anunoby, guarded by Wemby. In for the dunk. Let's go. Tied up again at 56. 2 minutes left in the quarter here. Well, I know that Michael J. Fox is a huge Knicks fan, and he was definitely there. So, all right. Castle guarded by Brunson. Over to Wemby. No good, but fouled. He's going to go to the line. Man, I'm telling you, every time Anunoby is pulling off these dunk moves, these threes or whatever, I am seeing AG. Like, he is the equal of AG. He is really fun to watch. Makes me miss our Nuggets. Yeah, gotta have respect for OG, man. OG is an OG. And Wemby misses his second one, so 1 point lead now for Spurs, 57-56. Knicks rush the ball up over to Bridges, to Cat, guarded by Castle. He now double teamed by Wemby and Castle. Kicks it over to Hart, to Brunson. Back to Hart for three. And it's good. Let's go. Now the Knicks with a 2 point lead. 57-59 Knicks. Castle guarded by Anunoby. Tries to drive into the lane. Throws it up. No good. Over to Bridges. To Hart. 50 seconds left on the quarter here. Brunson now has the ball. Guarded by Harper. Over to Anunoby. Drive. And then he bounces it to Bridges. Finds it over to Brunson for three. Let's go. 57-62 now. Knicks on top. 15 points so far for Brunson. Let's go. Fox guarded by Bridges. Back up. No good. Talon with the rebound. Over to Brunson now. 25 seconds left on the clock. Brunson guarded by Castle. Tries to shake him off. Gets cut off. Backs back up. Gonna drive again. Stops. Bounce pass to Cat, who gets it up but is fouled. That should be a foul. Are they calling a jump ball? That should be a foul. Wemby just totally jumped on Cat there. There's no way that that's a jump ball. There's no... Yeah, you had Wemby jumping onto Cat. Fox with the hand slapped down on the back of the neck. Yeah, so he's getting to the foul line there. Brunson burner, man. They have to mute the crowd sometimes because they're calling profanity shit. Cat gets the first one to go down. Bang, bang. No, I'm not Mike Brain, but I'll bring out up a bang there. Brunson burner. Let's go, Brunson. Brunson burner. Now the big bodega. Cat. All right. Going for a second one here, and it's good. Now the Knicks have a 7 point lead. 57-64. Final seconds of the first half here. Wemby drives in, back up, no good. And that's how the second quarter ends. Knicks on top going into the half, 64-57. Let me know in the comments what you think right now, who you're rooting for. And we're going to be back for the second half here. I'm going to play the NAB video that I made this year. But let me hear from you in the meantime. We'll see you back.
Overthinking? I think we need more thinking.
Hey everyone, I'm C.S. Chandler, here at NAB with my guy, Alex Page from Rode. Rode has been an integral name in the audio industry, especially for creators and filmmakers. So I'm excited to talk about what they have been working on. Alex, for people who don't know your role, can you quickly introduce yourself and to what you do at Rode?
Alex here from Rode. I oversee marketing operations here in the U.S. and in Latin America.
What's Rode's philosophy right now when it comes to building gear for creators?
Yeah, our product team is always looking to innovate in a space for creators and address the new needs as technology kind of rapidly expands. So we're looking for the best quality possible while also keeping affordable prices in products. And also as creators are looking into new spaces of content creation, whether it's on their phone or desktop applications or into filmmaking, we always want to be where they're at. So we're just trying to be where the people are.
That's awesome. A lot of people watching this are probably familiar with your wireless systems. Obviously, the wireless macro and the wireless goes. What were the biggest goals when designing your latest wireless mic systems?
Yeah, I think this is where that affordability and cutting edge is where we were really chasing here with the wireless micro. This is our smallest mic to date, and it's the simplest mic we possibly could have created. There's no buttons or dials or any ways to step on yourself or complicate things. It's just a plug and play mic in a really small case, about the size of an AirPod. We wanted a consumer friendly price with really high performing technology in a really small piece.
Yeah, and I can definitely attest to that. I've been traveling and this has just been phenomenal on my travels there. So I really appreciate you guys for coming up with something so travel friendly.
Yeah.
What were the biggest goals when designing the wireless mic systems?
Connectivity, adaptability, ease of use. I think feature set is really important. So obviously the wireless micro is kind of a stripped down mic. It's just a microphone and records onto your phone or your computer, whatever device you're using. But with our Go Gen 3 that came out, we had pro level features like 32-bit float, onboard recording for 40 hours of audio, locking lav mic connectors, and 14 different colors as well, because we know that content creators are trying to personalize everything in their room and their content setups. So why not their mics?
Awesome. And who do you feel these are really for? Solo creators, crews, broadcast?
Yeah, I think these are our most approachable mics to date. So I think the broad consumer can finally test these out and try to get into content creation without the fear of wasting money on expensive equipment that they may not get to use in the future. For me, this mic, I get to attach to my kid's shirt as they play in the backyard and capture cute home videos. So it extends beyond just content creation. This is like a thing that you can use in your everyday life. A lot of business professionals as well use these for hosting their webinars, Zoom calls, etc. So it's still a high-end, executive level mic. But I think it's a broad range of use cases.
One thing I noticed here at NAB is you're expanding more into podcast space. Can you talk about the new podcast arms that you were releasing?
I'm really excited about these. We announced 2 new arms, the LPA1, which is a low profile arm, and the DS3, which is a desktop stand. That's our 3rd iteration. The low profile arm is an entirely stainless steel build with the ability to reach across a table at arm's length and bring the mic up from underneath your camera angle, as opposed to our other models, which are more of a top-down setup. So it allows a ton of flexibility. It's a full 360 swivel and extends to almost a full 3 feet. Has cable routing across every side of it. So super adaptable, and you can also get elevation out of the arm as well. With the DS3, actually both of these, we've implemented a new ball mount as well for where your mic will attach. And though it wasn't intended, the ball mount is so incredibly strong that we're confident that you could actually mount cameras and full lenses on it. So we're confident that this could be used for not only your desk microphone applications, but potentially even head down video shots of your desk. Those will come out later this summer, but the pricing is going to be $130 for the low profile arm and $100 for the desktop stand.
That's incredible, especially to attach the camera. What's the weight of the camera that it can hold?
I haven't actually measured that. I got it in my hands just 5 days ago, and I, on a whim, decided to attach a couple of cameras that we had on our kit. Yeah, I had a 2.8 2470 lens, so a fairly substantial, full hand of lens, and it held it with no problem. So on a Nikon body. So yeah, we'll see. We'll let y'all put it to the test once you get it. Again, it's meant for microphones, but when you're in a pinch, you can make use.
Awesome. So no big RE cameras on it.
Yeah.
Like, keep it more simple and everything, right? What were the problems that you were trying to solve with these?
Like I said, all of ours had traditionally been kind of overhead mics or just a desktop arm. And with a low profile, I think just we've heard from our consumers that this is something they want. They want a cleaner line, the ability to reach under a monitor. So it's not mounted to the front of their desk. It's actually behind. You can reach forward. Stronger mounting joints, and a better cable routing system. We also, on the DS3, the desktop stand, have all of the threaded inserts for various microphone attachments or even cameras. There's 2 of those that you can screw into the back, so you don't have like loose pieces everywhere. So they just mount in the back, and you can change them out whenever you're changing your mics.
Well, that's awesome. The Rodecaster, though, has been a centerpiece for a lot of these setups. Who is it really built for? Beginners, professionals, or both?
From the idiot mentality of me as the marketing guy and not the technical standpoint, I think it is, it's meant for creators who are ready for multiple inputs and are doing more advanced setups, but super approachable. It's meant to streamline your setups. Again, we started with the Rodecaster audio interfaces with the Rodecaster Pro, the Duo, the Pro 2, and now the Rodecaster Video is meant to streamline both your video production and audio all in a single device. So it's really meant to be approachable, but be able to build on your own knowledge base wherever you are. There's a number of feature sets, like if you don't have cameras, you can connect iPhones to it, and soon Androids, using our NDI connection, so over Wi-Fi. I could broadcast the front camera and back camera simultaneously as separate video inputs. So for the cost of less than an iPhone, I can buy our Rodecaster Video and broadcast 2 iPhones wirelessly and have a 4-camera podcast. You don't need cameras, but if you do, then you can open it up to a full advanced range of video production.
Are you thinking of more of an all-in-one solution moving forward?
Certainly, yeah. I think we're looking for ways to maximize people's desk space and also not force them into buying a ton of new products all the time. We're looking to iterate this with new firmware updates, and bring in those maybe more advanced features like 4K, HTML graphics, the ability to talk to other devices you might already own. So yeah, we're looking for this to be an all-in-one device, but we're looking also at how can we bring in the things you might already own and make better use of them at the same time.
That's awesome. Well, and that also kind of leads into, as you know, I actually own a Rode USB pod mic, one of my favorite things I've ever bought. But can you talk a little bit about the thinking behind that mic? What makes it a good option for someone like me?
The pod mic and the pod mic USB are essentially the same microphone. The pod mic is an XLR mic with, you'd use an audio interface to connect it, and it's $100. The pod mic USB is the same microphone capsule, but it has the additive feature of having USB-C and a preamp built into it. So, the Shure SM7B requires a cloud lift to bring the gain up to a usable amount. The pod mic stands alone. You don't need all this other stuff to make it function in your podcast environment. It's super low noise. It's a dynamic mic, so it really only picks up the small cone in front of it as opposed to the wider room noise that you might pick up your air conditioner or your dog's tags as they walk by. So yeah, we want it to be affordable and a really powerful mic for people that are in a true podcast setting. So yeah, we're really excited about that and the future that they'll have in the podcasting space.
So essentially decluttering the workspace, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
And my first introduction to the USB pod mic was here at NAB a couple years ago, and I was just floored with how it canceled so much noise around it, and you could hear crisp what I was talking into the mic, and that was already a big seller for me.
We're here at NAB at the B&H booth here. Pretty awesome stuff. Doing a test on the Rode mic.
Before we wrap up, anything you wanted to share with the people here, whether it was is what you're excited about or what creators should be paying attention to right now?
I mean, we had a whole slew of announcements coming out of NAB. We launched our first UHF microphone technology. So this is, high-end filmmaker type stuff in partnership with our sister brand, Electrosonics. So they gave us their UHF technology. We gave them some of our microphone technology. We just launched a new microphone capsule called the Sonora technology, basically using like silicon microchip fabrication, but that is the microphone capsule. So where a studio mic might have been like 1 or 2 inch diameter capsule that vibrates, this is half a grain of rice. And it's waterproof, ultra low noise floor of 11 decibels. And so Electrosonics was the first to bring it to market with their new lav mic, the L1. And so they're at their booth, they've been dipping it in water every 10 seconds for 5 days. And you can listen to it as it goes underwater. So we're really excited about the potential for that new technology. Again, we have the new mic arms and a lot of new products coming down the line in the next few months. So yeah, keep an eye on what we're doing at Rode, and largely to the creator economy. I think, there's a lot of opportunity now to have access to this great, to cameras and mics, and I bring a new voice to your storytelling.
Awesome. Well, Alex, I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me about this and to share everything with what we're just going to bring out here. Alex Page from Rode, everyone. I'm CS Chandler here at NAB, and thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe and share this video out, so it can get more views. Appreciate everything, and we'll catch you later.
How can you tell what's real and what's imagined when they look the same from where you're sitting? My mind. We're all one perceived event away from madness. A seemingly innocent encounter can offset a chain of events which alter your brain's narrative. We're creatures of justification. I hate that this was justified. Was madness a choice?
Chris!
And we're back. Second half here. Oh, did Barkley call Cardi B Cardi D? All right, so Brunson is bringing up the ball, guarded by Castle. He rushes the ball up the court. Anunoby with the pick. Oh, and a turnover. Yeah, not the best way to start the second half here. Starts the second half off with a turnover. Knicks turnover. Oh, are we going to... almost got a Spurs turnover there, but Keldon Johnson saves it. Champagny with the layup, and it's good. First bucket of the quarter goes to Champagny of the Spurs. Hart inbounds the ball to Brunson, back to Hart, guarded by Champagny. Trying to get it across the line, he does. Heavily guarded now by Champagny, who gets it to the Towns. Deflected by Wemby, so Knicks ball still. 64-59 Knicks. Oh, and Cat with the turnover. Pass to Brunson. Too high for Brunson to get. Spurs rush the ball up. Castle at the top of the key. Gets it to Wemby. Guarded by Cat. Shoves him again. Trying to get a bucket. No good. Kicks it over to Champagny for the three and the and one. Oh, not the game start you want to the second half. And Champagny knows exactly what he just did of drawing that foul. He is smiling. They're going to review it now for reckless closeout. Great. That's nothing, yeah. He didn't even step on his foot. He didn't even step on his foot. Second look. Oh, he kicked his foot out and hit the back end of Brunson's heel. Those are so annoying. And I was even annoyed when MPJ used to do that. Are you kidding me? So reckless closeout. Flagrant penalty one. Well, you better call it on the other end then, refs. You better call it on the other end. The awkward kicking out the leg to try to get that foul is ridiculous. Hey, all right. Champagny going to the line for the flagrant one, free throw. And then Spurs will get the ball back. So we already made the three. It's a 2-point game. 64-62 Knicks. And he misses the flagrant. But a whistle was called after that. What was the whistle for? Champagny's also a New York native, and he is getting no love from New York right now. Because he also decided he wanted to be the villain for New York. So he gets the second bucket there. 1-point game. Castle defended by Hart. Gets double teamed over to Champagny. Back to Castle for an open three. And no good. OG gets the rebound. Brunson bringing the ball back up. All right, come on. Brunson backing Castle into the paint. Gets his path closed out. Has to kick it over to Anunoby. Back to Brunson. Guarded by Fox. Over to Hart. Back to Brunson. Guarded by Champagny now. Trying to do the switch. Kicks it over. Wemby, and no good. But they get the rebound. Brunson with the easy put back there. Nice. 3-point lead now for the Knicks, 66-63. Champagny for three, no good. Wemby tried to get it, no good. He could have called a foul on Wemby there over Anunoby, but they didn't. Hart over to Anunoby, go right to the rim, and another dunk. Let's go. AG, or OG. So used, because he plays so much like AG. I want AG out there, but with the Nuggets. Fox, defended by Bridges. He rushes to the paint. Oh, that was a weird step through. That was a super weird. That didn't feel natural at all. That almost felt like a skip. He like skipped. Oh, I've been to that Meta office in right across from MSG before. Yeah. It's an interesting office. If you've ever been there, Josh, let me know. I've been there. It's really cool. Hey, we got Fox shooting a couple of free throws here. Makes both. Back to a 3-point game. 68-65. Knicks on top. 2 minutes already into the quarter here. Brunson heavily defended by Castle. I will say Castle's defense has amped up in this game compared to the last games. Brunson triple teamed there. Back to and he loses it. Castle with the save, gets it over to Wemby, gets it over to Vassell, who is then fouled by Hart. You know, there's a Meta office in Denver. I've been to that one too. In my time working for Meta before. So now Vassell will go to the line for a couple here. He gets the first to drop. And he gets the second one to drop. Back to a 1-point game. 68-67. Knicks on top by 1. So a foul called on Wembanyama, who kind of throws Anunoby to the ground there. All right, Brunson inbounding the ball to Anunoby. Anunoby guarded by Champagny. Gets double teamed by Champagny and Wemby. Over to Brunson at the top. Gets the Bridges to Hart for 3, no good. And Spurs rebound the ball. They rush it up with Fox trying to find his way through the paint there. No good, but they're going to call a foul. Dang. No good. I'm surprised that the Mike Brown hasn't challenged any of these calls. So Champagny over to Castle, tries to fight through 2 defenders, can't do it. Over to Fox for 3, no good. Hart and Brunson almost take each other out, getting the rebound there, but Hart gets it back to Brunson. Brunson goes right into the paint, right into Fox for the and one. If you call it on one end, you got to call it on the other. Let's go. So now Brunson going for a 3-point play, up by 3 right now, 67. Knicks on top there. That was a crazy and one, though, to be honest. He was shooting from a diagonal backwards shot like this. And He got it over a defender. So the and one is good. Got a 4-point lead now over the Spurs. 71-67. 8 minutes left in the third. Fox defended by Bridges. Wemby sets the pick and gets the ball now for a short two there. Gets it in 2-point game. Hart bringing up the ball, defended by Champagny. Over to Cat. Cat defended by a smaller Fox. And foul called on Fox. Third foul for Fox. And to be honest, Cat looks a little bit tired right now, too. Wemby looks a little bit better energy-wise. And Cat looks like the more tired one. And Wemby's not even sweating right now. And Cat's like sweating profusely. Kind of reminds me of that, what was it, Bedazzled or whatever, the one with Brendan Fraser and Elizabeth Hurley. And Brendan Fraser wishes to be a NBA star and is like sweating profusely during the post game. That's what Cat reminds me of a little bit. Fox gets that bucket to go in. We're now back up by 1. 72-71 Spurs on top. And now they just caused a deflection there. Still Knicks ball, though. Brunson's going to inbound it. Going to probably get it to Anunoby. Yep. And then back to, or over to Hartman. No, he's trying to find a little pass. He's going to shoot it. And he's good. So Knicks back on top by 1. 73-72. They punch back. Keldon Johnson with the ball. Over to Harper. Back to Johnson. Brunson cuts his path off and fouls. Free throws for Keldon Johnson. You know, I was rewatching the Nuggets and Spurs game when November of 2023. It was Wemby's first time facing the Nuggets. I went to that game, and I was rewatching it. I forgot that Keldon Johnson was a part of that squad back then, and he was on the bench. And now he's Sixth Man of the Year or Most Improved or whatever it was. And in the finals. It's crazy. Vassell was also on that team. So Keldon Johnson misses the first bucket and misses the second one. Anunoby with the rebound. Chance for Knicks to get a little better lead here. Gets it to Brunson, guarded by Castle. But they're over by the logo. They got to get him down. He's still guarded heavily. Over to Hart for 3. It's good. Bang. 76-72. Hart with the dagger there. But Castle with a easy lane there. Doesn't get it dropped, though. Over to Brunson. Back up. And, turnover. Anunoby couldn't get the bad pass from Brunson there. So I'm going to take a timeout here. That was a kind of a eventful couple of plays, but I mean, you could have easily have called a reckless closeout there on Wemby, to be honest. That was a little bit questionable. They were just showing the trailer to One Night Only. I just was kind of interested in what that movie was, but at first I wasn't sure where it was going to go. Apparently it looks like a comedy, I guess. Knicks are a force of reckoning, man. It's crazy how good they are right now. And if you wanted a team to be good, the time that they were decided to click in and be good was the perfect time. Because this season has not been the best season for them. It's been kind of similar to the Nuggets, ending up the 3rd seed and everything, but they have been locked in ever since that second loss to Atlanta in Atlanta, falling 2-1 in that series. They have just been clicking and playing for each other, letting the game come to them. It's been really fun to watch them, actually. Sometimes it's been a little bit, I want to say, kind of boring to see them blow out teams so much, because you want to see some kind of fight and everything, and it just definitely feels like they break their opponents so much. You saw a little bit of brokenness from the Spurs after that Game 2 loss. They looked very defeated. So far, they have managed to weather the storm a little bit better this game, but Knicks found a way to still be on top. It's really good squad, really good squad. And they all say, this is the Knicks' time. Spurs will win a couple because they just have a really good squad. And I definitely agree with that. This has to be the Knicks' time. They've waited way too long for this. The Spurs are a very young squad. They will have a lot more chances unless Cronkies do something amazing to switch up things for the Nuggets to get them contention there for the title or for the championship. But much to see. Nuggets still in purgatory, but at least these two teams are battling it out. And even if the Spurs lose, they still, ended up second, basically. They might have lost, but they still got to the finals, first ever as a squad. Didn't even go to playoffs before this. Their first ever playoff as a team, and already in the finals. That is something to be impressed about, for sure. Wemby stats. Let me check real quick. So Wemby's stats, he has 17 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. He's 7 or 11 from field, 1 for 2 from 3, 2 for 3 in free throws, 1 turnover, 2 personal fouls, and is a -3. So Spurs missed the bucket. Brunson with the ball, no good. Kellen Johnson gets the rebound over to Harper. Back to Wemby for... that was a pass to Johnson in the paint. That's good. And we're tied at 76 once again. Punching back and forth. Both teams, man. It's a really good series to watch, despite the fact that the series is 2-0. Like, Spurs have been fighting for sure. Hart now going into the paint. He does a step back, and it rims out. Wemby with the rebound. Over to Castle. Castle brings the ball up. Defended by Robinson. Double teamed by Anunoby. Switch happens for Wemby for 3, and it's good. Spurs on top now, 79-76. Robinson with the screen over for Brunson for 3, no good. Shamet kicks it back out, keeps it alive for Anunoby for 3, no good. And Robinson saves it. He kicks it over to Brunson. Let's go, come on. He drives into the paint, gets it up, no, and a lob to Robinson, who puts it in. Let's go. 1-point game, 79-78. 4 minutes left in the third quarter, and Brunson fouls Harper. Shot will not count. 4 fouls on Jalen Brunson. So, most likely going to have to put Brunson out, bring him back in the fourth quarter. That's a move for Spurs to now capitalize on. Oh, I see what you're saying now, Josh Snowwolf. DJ Khaled there. And then the guy with the blue jacket. I don't know who that guy is. I haven't get a good enough look, but it definitely isn't Jack Nicklaus or Michael J. Fox. It's someone else. Harper with the free throw, and it gets the roll in. Almost rimmed out. So 2-point lead now for the Spurs. Set 80-78. 4.5 minutes left. Is Brunson... No, he's going to sit. Yeah, he's got to sit. There's no way he's coming back in right now. 4 fouls. So they get Alvarado to replace him. Harper. Second bucket here, and it's good. 3-point lead for the Spurs. Alvarado bringing the ball up, guarded by Harper. Trying to shake him off, can't do it. Gets it over to Shamet, who is guarded heavily by Vassell. He tries to shake him off, and he is fouled. It's going to be side of bounds. Oh, but they took a little bit of exception to each other there. A little chest bumping. I mean, as much as I love the Knicks, Shamet's glad that, or is lucky that the Nuggets aren't there, because it would be AG posterizing him. Where was the documentary, Snowwolf? So Robinson's going to sit. Got Cat back in. He has the ball over to Alvarado. Guarded, double teamed actually, by Harper and Cornette. And Jordan Clarkson almost loses the ball. He gets in, floater, no good. He gets his own rebound and gets it back in. 1-point game. All right, Fox guarded by Clarkson. Over to Vassell, back to Fox. He kicks it over to Johnson. Johnson gets double teamed, trying to battle back, and a foul. Man. Both teams are in the bonus. Oh, you saw that Christmas dunk game. That's awesome. I would have loved to have been at that one. Incredible. The dunk heard around the world, right? Spike Lee up there with his hands up. Johnson gets the first one to go in. And I was thinking about it. It's unfortunate that that Colorado has 0 celebrities rooting for Colorado or for, praising them or whatever. You would hope that like someone like David Fincher, who is born in Colorado, would advocate for the Nuggets and be at the Nuggets games or whatever. But I don't even know if he likes sports. Johnson misses the second one. Clarkson with the rebound gets it over to Alvarado, who brings the ball up, guarded by Harper. Over to Anunoby, and another foul is called. So now we're going to get very foul heavy. Okay. So now Anunoby is going to the line for a couple here. First one is good. That's kind of what happens when you get in the bonus early in the quarter. That becomes a free throw. Oh, that's a huge jersey grabbing by Johnson. He pulled the jersey right out of Anunoby's shorts there. Meanwhile, Jamal's seeing that and going, "What the hell, man?" McDaniel's grabbing Jamal's jersey throughout that entire series, man. Never called once. Harper with the ball goes in easily for a layup. Back to a 3-point game. 84-81, Spurs on top. Alvarado to Cat, who drives to the rim. Gets it, no good. Cornette with the rebound. Over to Johnson. Johnson bringing up the ball. Guarded by Shamet. And he tries to get in. No, he's double teamed. And Cat takes the ball away from him. Over to Alvarado. Rushes the ball up. Guarded. And he gets the rebound. No, or he gets the layup. No good. Over to Harper, who brings the ball up. Guarded by Anunoby. Anunoby cuts him off. Steps back, though. And no good. Cornette trying to get the ball. He gets the ball. He falls down, and they call a foul on Shamet. Maybe, hopefully, and not Cat. We're going to take a timeout. All right. It's pretty cool that all of the lights in New York right now are all a mixture of blue and orange. You don't really see that with Denver too much. I mean, they have the banners and everything, but it's so interesting the difference in how cities root for their teams. I mean, you go to Boston and they brag about every single championship they have. You go into going into the airport, they have all of these banners hanging all over, 18 banners or whatever, even though they only have like, 9 or 8 or something like that. Because nothing before 1980 counts. Your dog, Cornette? He's your dog? You like Cornette? Okay. Sometimes you gotta rough them up. I mean, they going the other way. Boston's actually really cool. If you've never been to Boston, though, just know that if you go during the summertime, it is insanely humid. It is insanely humid. So hot, and like you do not expect it to be that hot, but it gets very hot there and humid and very muggy. Like it almost feels like you're in Florida or something in the summertime. It can be a little gross. And very rainy too. But it was really nice. I actually really enjoyed Boston. I would love to see a game at Fairfield Park there eventually. Of course, it is a little bit of a sore spot to see their 2007 banner from winning the World Series there, because that was the year that the Rockies went and got swept. The only World Series that the Rockies have been to. Which Super Bowl did you go to, Josh? That's pretty cool. I've never even been to a professional football game yet, and an NFL game. I've never been to one. I've been wanting to, but my money usually goes to watching NHL or NBA games typically. Finally back from back from the commercial now. Oh, nice. That was a good Super Bowl. And Cornette shooting some free throws here. And the first one is good. He is a better free throw shooter than Mitch Robinson, that's for sure. Although the same kind of look at how he throws it. They both throw it horizontally, which is weird. Because especially with Mitch Robinson, if that thing hits the rim, it's going to shoot back out. and anyone in the paint is not going to be prepared for that. So he gets both to go in. It is a 5-point lead for the Spurs. Cat with the ball, defended by Cornette. Tries to get it. He can't go it. He gets it over to Alvarado. Over to Shamet for 3, and it's good. Let's go. 2-point game. 86-84, Spurs on top. Castle defended by Bridges. At the top of the key, he gets over to Champagny. Back to Castle. Still defended by Bridges. Over to Champagny. Back to Castle. Trying to get that switch to go. Doesn't work. Gets it over to Harper. Over to Champagny. Open look for 3. It's good. Not the bang for the Shamet one, but I'm not going to do a bang for Champagny. See, Alvarado. Hassel. He's getting hacked by Castle there. Jordan Clarkson gets a roll in, doesn't get it, but then Cat puts it back in. So we got a 3-point game now. Fox stops on a dime. Defended by Shamet. Kicks it over to Champagny for another 3. And heat check. No good. Alvarado gets the rebound. Kicks it back to Shamet. Shamet defended by Fox. Kicks it back over to Cat. Defended by... Or actually, he's double-teamed. He's getting blitzed right now. They're trying to get it... Oh, get it out of his hands. Come on. Clarkson gets it finally. But now he's getting double-teamed. It's a 3 to go in. That was an insane 3 from Clarkson. Bang indeed. Holy cow. Let's go. Right on the shot clock buzzer beater. Less than a minute left in the third quarter here. It is tied at 89. Shamet defends Harper. Harper for 3. And it's good. Man, that was easy. Did Shamet even guard that? That just a little shoot off here. Alvarado trying to escape a double team here. He's now just guarded by Castle. Over to Bridges, guarded by Cornette. Bridges trying to get a ball. He gets it in. 1-point game. 13 seconds left on the clock. Harper, defended by Bridges. He shoots another 3. No good. And that's how it ends. So, 92-91. Spurs on top at the end of the third. That was also... Man, these quarters are ending insanely. Yeah, they picked up Clarkson, I think, at the beginning of the season. It was either this season or it was last season. But they picked him up. He went away from the Jazz, which good for him because the way that the Jazz are going right now, he wasn't going to go much and probably would get traded anyways eventually because they're doing a rebuild. I still don't think the Jazz will be contending for a championship next season, but they will be, I think, a lot better. They might be a play-in team next year, I think. Play-in team or maybe a 6 seed or something like that. But I think they make the playoffs, or at least the play-in next year. Definitely instant classic, man. This is a one punch after another, just two heavyweights hitting each other back and forth. Superman and Hulk, you know. Drop your emoji of the quarter here. Your nomination for emoji of the quarter. What do you think it should be? I'm going to say emoji of the quarter should be the hot springs, because this is hot. This game here is hot. Got a lot of players on a heater right now. All right, coming back from the break. Yeah, if I need to figure out how to do specialized emojis here. I would totally do, you know, the 3 for Brunson. That's a good emoji too. Lady Liberty there. Now they're showing the trailer for Odyssey, which I honestly don't know how I feel. I know how I feel about Matt Damon, and I enjoy Matt Damon, but I don't like seeing Matt Damon being in a supposedly, you know, like you're supposed to be in the Mediterranean. You're supposed to be in Greece. Matt Damon is not Greece to me. Matt Damon is Boston. He's American. I don't see a Greece player there. Like I would actually have done Oscar Isaac instead. I think he would have been a good Odysseus, not Matt Damon. All right, we're back, and we have Fox bringing up the ball, defended by Alvarado. Brunson still is sitting out. Castle still lob, and Cat holds Wemby to prevent the lob from going in. So we get start the quarter off with a foul. All right, so it's going to be side out of bounds. Castle has the ball, almost gets poked away. Over to Fox for a 3, no good, and there's a foul called. Are you kidding me? It's going to go against Bridges now. What the heck?
Here in game 3, and these right now, these are the critical moments of the series, moments that the great players dream about, but they put so much work in, so much sacrifice.
Got Castle lob to Wemby. That was very easy. 3-point game now, but the first bucket goes again to the Spurs for a Wemby lob. Alvarado for 3. No good. Shamet gets the rebound. Back to Alvarado. Alvarado over to Bridges, guarded by Fox. Bridges heads for the paint area. No good. Gets poked out by Fox. Yeah, that was way too easy.
It's almost guaranteed, and they know. Look at the ball at the top of the square, head at the rim. Yeah, that's just automatic. 24 now for Wemby, 3.4 to shoot here.
All right, so Bridges is going to inbound the ball. He gets it over to Clarkson, who gets pushed, tries to put up a shot, no good. Castle with the rebound. He's bringing up the ball now, guarded by Shamet. Over to Wemby, over to Fox, throws it in, and Clarkson blocks the ball, but they call it a foul? On who? On Clarkson? Oh, Alvarado. Man. I can understand why the officiating was one-sided in San Antonio, but why is it one-sided in the Garden against the Knicks? Feels like the Knicks are continually trying to battle two things at the same time out. So Fox gets the first to drop in. 95-91 now. He got probably, you know, I honestly think that Wemby can jump even higher than that. I just don't think that he tries a lot to jump because he doesn't have to. Fox gets the other one to drop in. All right, Shamet inbounds the ball to Alvarado. Alvarado bringing it up, guarded by Fox. Trying to get a play going on here. Gets it over to Clarkson. Oh, gets his pocket picked by Fox. Fox And Bridges gets the deflection, but no one gets to save it there. Alvarado goes right into Bloomberg's lap there. Man, Bloomberg looks old now. He looks super old. His hair's all messed up and he doesn't even know it. Or cares. Last quarter here. 10:36 left. 5-point lead for the Spurs. 96-91. Wemby has the ball guarded by Cat. Going into the paint. Tries to back him up. He gets it over and gets a turnover. But Shamet touches the ball before it goes out of bounds. Still Spurs ball. Gets them another chance to set things up. Vassell inbounds the ball. Gets it to Wemby, guarded by Cat. Oh, he's going to shoot a three, isn't he? Yep. Nope, he fakes it. Gets it over to Fox, who shoots the three. No good, but Castle is there to get the rebound. No good. And Bridges blocks him. Gets it over to Alvarado, rushing up the ball. Finally, Knicks have the ball on the other side. Hart, guarded by Vassell. Gets it over to Bridges, guarded by Johnson. He gets in, gets it over to Shamet, throws it up a three. No good. And they box Cat out. Spurs ball now. They get it over to Fox. Gets it back out to Wemby, guarded by Alvarado. Over to Castle for three. No good. And Bridges gets the ball. Hoy. A lot of fast playing here. Shamet for three in the corner pocket. No good. Oh. Hart almost got the rebound. They're using up a lot of energy trying to get this rebound. No good. And Wemby gets fouled. All right, man. This is crazy. Crazy, crazy. Oh, Brunson's coming to the table. Brunson will be checking in with Mitchell Robinson. Alvarado checks out. And Cat sits out. I think that's a good thing to do. Cat has played a lot of minutes so far. He's tired. Time to check those two guys in. And this is why you sat Brunson for most... I think Brunson sat most of the third quarter, yeah. So now Champagny for a floater, no good. And Bridges gets the rebound. He brings up the ball. Bridges tries to go around the defense, puts up a ball, and no good. Harper flies in, gets the rebound. He rushes the ball up, tries to go around, gets the ball moving. Champagny drives to the bucket, over to Johnson for the layup, and good. We are now at a 7-point ball game here, 98-91, Spurs on top. Brunson with the ball. Trying to battle off Castle, gets the layup, and oh, no good, but Mitchell gets the tip in. Let's go. The first points of the fourth quarter. Wow. 4 minutes without a bucket. That's crazy. So Wemby with the ball. He kicks it out to Castle, over to Harper for a three. No good, and they're going to call a foul. Are you kidding me? Mitchell Robinson, that is crazy. Oh, on Bridges. Well, I guess he is kind of hooking the arm of Wemby there, trying to prevent him from jumping. So Wemby going for some free throws here. Because they're now in the bonus. 8 minutes left in the game, and the Spurs are in the bonus. Wow. He makes the first one.
fourth quarter, but right now, you're 3 minutes, just under 4 minutes into this quarter.
Man.
It's important for San Antonio to maintain an attack.
6-point game, 99-93, Spurs on top. Wemby with his second makes it a 7-point game. First to 100 is Spurs, 193 now. Brunson bringing up the ball, guarded by Castle, and a foul is called on Castle now, because that's the way this game is going to be now. It's going to be heavy whistle blowing, but glad that they're doing it at least on both ends. If you're going to do it, you got to do it on both ends. Brunson going to inbound the ball. Inbounds it to Robinson, back to Brunson. Gonna go into the lane and kicks it over to Hart for 3. No good. And Johnson with the rebound. All right, so and Castle bringing up the ball over to Wemby. Wemby for a deep 3. And it's good, plus the foul. Are you kidding me? 10-point lead now. All right, we're going to get our first challenge here. So the Knicks are going to challenge the foul call. Oh, Johnson totally pushed Mitchell Robinson into Wemby. That was a total sell job from the Spurs.
Colon cancer screening delivered to your door. Check. No prep. Check. Non-invasive. Check.
I hope they overturn that. That has to be overturned. Keep the bucket, but not a foul. There's no way that's a and one. He got pushed. But knowing how the game has gone officiating-wise for the Knicks, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't overturn that. That was pretty elite on Wemby to do that 3. Kind of it's not quite on the level of Jokic doing the spin around on one leg, Sombor shuffle over Anthony Davis, but it's almost there. So they're showing the trailer again to Disclosure Day. I was going to say that with the Alien films from Spielberg, they all have 3 entities. They have, or 3 driving points. They have the family in disarray. They have, the broken family. They have the other, which is the aliens. And then you have the establishment. With Close Encounters of the Third Kind, you have the conflict between the family. And then there's the communication and the togetherness with the main character and the establishment communicating with the aliens. In E.T., you have the family together because they were abandoned by the father. The alien, E.T., also abandoned by his family. They come together to face the establishment, who is the conflict. And then you have War of the Worlds, where the establishment and the family are together to try to battle the aliens. And so I'm interested to see on Disclosure Day how Spielberg goes about those 3 and this one. Because there's going to be some kind of family aspect. There always is, especially with Spielberg. He usually compares it to his own family. All right, we're back, and Johnson is... So they do... So it's an offensive foul. It's successful, but New York loses the timeout. So the basket doesn't count. That is a huge play for the Knicks. Huge turning point here. All right, Brunson now driving straight to the layup. Then it's good. Let's go. 5-point game now. That was quick. A quick 2 from the Knicks. That's how you respond. You win that challenge, immediately get the bucket. Let's go. Oh, nice. You were at the game this year where he did the slumber over Wemby. You know, that was a really impressive shot, but I still think the baseline throw up over Wemby, that little bunny hop or whatever over Wemby was even more impressive. Like, they were both impressive, but that baseline one, you have to throw it up, and you are on the side area, so you don't have the backboard to really bounce it off of. You are on the side. You have to throw that thing up like good 20, 25 feet in the air for it to then land as the way it did. Like, there was barely any rim that it hit when it went down. That was an impressive bucket from Jokic. Knicks coming back like they normally do. See if they can get this win. Man, I hope that they can. Hope they can make it 3-0. If the Knicks win tonight, are any favorable Spurs fans convinced that the series is over by that point? Or do you think there's still a chance for the Spurs to win the series? They love having so many commercials on these games. Way too many commercials. I like when you watch the games on the NBA app and they take out the commercials, so you end up watching the crowd or whatever the crowd is seeing on the screen. Those are always fun, because then you also get to see the little acts going on in the court and everything. I'm surprised we haven't seen any. I don't know if Red Panda has done any of the halftime. I know Cardi B did the halftime tonight. Did Red Panda do the halftime in Game 1 at all? Does anyone know? I forget. I don't think I watched the halftime show in that one, so I went and ate instead. Got to have Red Panda doing the halftime show for the finals. I know she did the halftime in when the Nuggets went to the finals. I know she did the halftime then, but and we're back from the commercial break. All right, so Spurs ball now. Fox bringing it up. Guarded by Anunoby. Gets it over to Harper. Back to Fox. Back to Harper. Over to Fox again for a 3. No good. And out on Wembanyama. And they're going to challenge that one. We got just when we got things going, now we're back into a commercial break for them to challenge this call. I don't think that's the one you call. But they're looking for a proximity foul on Towns there. That's what they're looking for. Seriously, another boring challenge for sure. It slows everything down. You know, because I didn't do it live on game 2, we forgot to talk about, or I never had a chance to talk about game 1 with that fan totally throwing off the whole vibes of the game, running onto the court there to try to take a photo with Wemby. Doesn't even take the photo with Wemby, gets his like chest or whatever. I think it was like a video actually, but he holds it down, or he holds it this way. Like if you're doing a selfie and you want to get Wemby especially in the shot, you got to angle that down so you get it upward. If you're doing this, like that's good if it's just you, but for Wemby, you got to bring that shit down. And that's just me as a camera person critiquing him. But at the same time, then you had the Buffalo Wild Wings sending out a post on X calling for the guy because they're going to give him lifetime pass to their restaurant. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. All right, they're back and they're going to... And Wemby's going to shoot 2 free throws. They overturned it. Fun. So they were right on that. Not the best move with Towns, though, for that. I mean, still got 7 minutes left, so they make this, okay, 7-point game. It's still obtainable for the Knicks. I would not count them out. They've been back from worse with this amount of time before, so... And he makes the first bucket. 101-95 right now is the score with Spurs on top. 7 minutes and 12 seconds left in the game. Both teams have 3 timeouts left with San Antonio in the bonus, which is why Wemby is shooting free throws right now instead of side out of bounds. He made the first bucket, going for the second one, and it's good. So 102-95 now. 7-point lead for the Spurs. Hart is going to inbound the ball to Brunson, defended by Harper. He rushes the ball up past the half-court line there. Hanging around the logo area, trying to find some kind of play to make. Anunoby sets the screen, no good. Now Brunson is double-teamed, gets it over to Anunoby for the jump back, and it's good. Back to a 5-point game. 102-97, 6 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock. Fox has the ball, guarded by Anunoby. Wemby trying to get open, guarded by Towns. Fox tries to get, and he gets a layup in to go. Brunson inbounds it to McBride, back to Brunson, guarded by Fox. Hanging around the logo area once again. Brunson over to McBride for 3, no good, and they box him out. Harper he's racing up the court there, and a sidestep, no good. Hart with the rebound, gets it past the half-court line. Towns for 3, no good, and Brunson gets the rebound, and 1. Let's go, Brunson. Brunson burner. 5-point game, chance to make it a 4-point game now. Here comes Brunson, man. Clutch time for Brunson. Man, you have to give credit to Brunson. He is locked in, especially in these last minutes. The way that ball got turned over last game, and Brunson saw it happening in real time. His eye did not leave the ball at all. Brunson for the and 1. It's good. 4-point game, 104-100, Spurs on top. 5:53 left on the clock. Vassell over to Fox, guarded by Anunoby, gets the switch, And alley-oop to Wemby. It's good. 6-point game now. 106-100. Brunson with the ball, guarded by Castle. Switched to Fox. And he's hanging around that half-court line. Got to get out of there. Almost picked off. He has to throw it down. And he throws it off his cell. Keeps the ball on the Knicks side here. And Mike Johnson is, Mike Johnson is throwing a tantrum. Thinks it should be Spurs ball. Mike Brown is throwing a tantrum. And now what? Now whistles are coming out of nowhere. What's happening now? Spurs were trying to sub in someone so that they could possibly challenge it. But you already inbounded the ball. Why would you stop it there? That's ridiculous. Yeah, this is crazy. The officiating on this is ridiculous. Completely stopping the play there? Are you kidding me? It was already inbounded. Anunoby from 3, no good. Hart gets the rebound, keeps it alive for Shamet for 3, no good. And the Spurs get the ball. Oh, okay, here we go. Castle going up, gets it over to Fox. Mid-range, no good. Over to Brunson. Brunson now bringing the ball up. Back and forth, here we go. Now he turns it over. Champagne bringing the ball over to Vassell. Wemby. Wemby slows things down. He guarded by Shamet, and no good, and a whistle is called. This is crazy. The officiating in this is just ridiculous. The whistles are nonstop. Do these refs even talk to each other? Like, it is just very whistle heavy now all of a sudden. All right, Wemby going for some free throws for the 100th time. And he makes the first one. So Wemby right now has 31 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. And he has 7 for 8 from the free throw line. And now 8 for 9 from the free throw line. 8-point lead for the Spurs, 108-100. Brunson bringing the ball up. Over to Cat. Back to Brunson. Mid-range, no good. Wemby with the rebound. Over to Harper. Man. Harper gets cut off by Brunson. Turns around and Knicks get it out of bounds. And the Spurs are going to take a timeout. It's interesting. I definitely did see the Spurs battling back even more on this third game. But I just don't see them winning both road games. I think we're going to go into game 5 3-1 if the Knicks aren't able to capitalize tonight. Where are we watching from, everyone? And throw your nomination for an emoji right now of how you're feeling with this. This craziness. I think the roller coaster emoji is a good one right now. Definitely feels a little roller coaster-ish. warming up before this game, Josh? Oh, so Knicks challenged the out of bounds call. So the last one was Harper. I hate that out of bounds challenges. I think especially they're showing an image right now behind the Harper. There is a ref, dead eye, looking at Harper, and didn't let anyone else know that that was off of Harper. Like, are you kidding me? That is ridiculous. There is a ref right there in plain sight of where that ball is going. There should not be even a question of who the ball was out of it now. Like, you just made Mike Brown intentionally lose his challenge. It's going to be overturned. Yeah, that is so stupid. These freaking refs, man. And they're charging the Knicks again with a timeout. They didn't get the timeout on the last one that was successful, and they don't get the timeout for this one. That is so stupid. So now both teams just lost a timeout because San Antonio had called a timeout, and New York challenged the call, so they both lose their timeouts. So it's going to be Knicks ball now, as it should have been. All right, here we go. Hart with the ball, bringing it up. Defended by Fox. Trying to get some kind of play going on. Got to make something going on here. Bounce pass to Shamit. Kicks it over to Anunoby, to Cat, to Brunson, back to Shamit. And blocked by Wemby. That was a major block by Wemby. Crazy. So now Fox has the ball guarded by Brunson. Kicks it out to Wemby for three. No good. But Harper gets the ball. And then a layup by Wemby. No good. Anunoby gets the rebound. Keeping the ball alive. Come on, Brunson. Get something going on. And he's fouled. So we're going to go back to the free throw line. That was an insane block from Wemby. You know, it's a good thing that that wasn't like a game-deciding layup for Wemby. Otherwise, that would have been the same thing as what Westbrook did with the Nuggets against the Timberwolves. So Brunson gets the first to drop. So they're taking another timeout. Because, you know, we haven't had enough commercial time. Like, this thing has been going on for almost 3 hours. And I would say probably half of the time was actually commercial breaks. Need to see a push from Brunson in the clutch area here. We also need some better minutes from Cat. So let's look at the stats here for those two while we're in this break time. For Cat, yeah, Cat's had a bad game tonight. He's played 34 minutes, but he's had 11 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals, 2 blocks. So those parts, his defensive end has been decent. But he's been 4 for 7 from field. 0 for 1 from 3, 3 for 3 in free throws, 1 turnover, 4 personal fouls, and is a +3. Whereas Brunson has been the leading scorer for the Knicks here. 31 minutes, 26 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. 9 for 22 from field, 2 for 4 from 3, 6 for 7 in free throws, 5 turnovers, 4 personal fouls, and a minus 12.
Another free throw now for Brunson. Some worried, anxious Knicks fans throughout the borough.
So now we're back. Brunson's gonna hit the second free throw now. Let's see it. Let's go, Brunson. Good. Gets both to drop. So 6-point game. 3:39 left. Fox has the ball, guarded by Anunoby. And over to Castle. Back to Fox. Oh, he had an open three there. Decided not to. Drove to the lane. He falls on the ground. And Anunoby ties him up. And it is a turnover on the Spurs. Knicks ball. Let's go. Yeah, he turned a wide open three down. That's crazy. Brunson now with the ball. Looking for a place to send it to. Hands it off to Bridges. Back to Brunson. Over to Bridges. Back to Karl-Anthony Towns. Missed three. Rims out. Harper with the rebound. Now they get another chance to see Castle with the ball now. Guarded by Bridges. Has his path cut off. Wide open three from Basel. No good. And Cat gets the rebound. Gets it to Brunson. Come on, Brunson. Hit the shot now. Come on. Guarded by Fasel. Trying to shake him off. He gets it over to Hart. Back to Brunson. Fakes the three. Sidestep. Gets blocked by Castle. Oh, Towns tries to put it up, but is blocked by Fox. Out of bounds. Knicks ball still with 4.7 left on the shot clock. Oy, that was a clogged lane there. If I was Cat, I would have faked that first. And he tries it again and is blocked. 3.2 now on the shot clock. You've got to do some kind of play to kick it out to someone for a three, man. Their eyes are locked on that paint area. Now gets it into Brunson. Dagger three. Oh, nice. Mid-range for Brunson. The buzzer beater there. That was a clutch shot. 108-104 now for Brunson. 4-point game. Spurs ahead by 4. 2 minutes left on the clock. Cat and Wemby are going at it. Very physical here. Wemby has the ball now. Guarded by Cat. Trying to shake him off. Gets it over to Castle for three. And a bang. Buzzer beater. Shot clock buzzer beater three for Castle. That was a clutch shot there. Brunson over to Bridges. Oh, Bridges almost has it poked away. He saves it, though. Back to Brunson. Brunson over to Bridges for three. No good. And Harper with the rebound. 7-point lead right now for the Spurs with a minute and a half left. 111 to 104. Knicks might lose their first one since early or late April. Harper, no good. Three. Hart with the rebound over to Anunoby. Anunoby drives in the rim and is fouled by Wemby. Man. That was definitely a foul for sure. Wemby totally hit his hand. Oh, Anunoby misses the free throw. That is no good. Anunoby, you got to make this next one. Get it at least to a 6-point lead. And then you have to make 2 threes. Next one is good. So 6-point game now. 111 to 105. Spurs on top. Now Fox with the ball, bringing it up, guarded by Anunoby. All right, he's trying to get loose. He's trying to drive to the rim, fix it out to Harper. No good for three. Brunson with the ball. You got to rush it up. Got to go. Come on, Brunson. For three, it's good. Oh my God. Three from Brunson. Brunson burner. Bang. 111-108 for the Spurs, up by 3 now only. It's a 3-point game. 20 seconds left on the clock. Fox with the ball, guarded by Anunoby. He's trying to drain the clock. You gotta go. Gotta get up in there chilly. Come on, guys. Tries to fake him out. Mid shot. It's good. 5-point game now. Damn. 12 seconds left. Now you can't let them drain the clock like that. You can't let them drain the clock. You gotta keep on pressuring them. I didn't like that defense from the Knicks there on that play. That was bad. But man, Brunson definitely made this an interesting game now. But 12 seconds, I think that was your chance to get a stop, get it back on your end, and then try to get another 3, or even like a 2-point bucket with a and one. That was their chance. Dang. I mean, now you basically have to play the foul game, right? You hit this bucket. Hopefully you hit this bucket. They get the possession. Try to get a stop. If not, foul them. Hopefully they miss the bucket, the free throws, and then it's back at your end. You advance the ball. Oy, this is going to be tough. This is going to be tough for the Knicks. If they make this, be an insane comeback to win this thing. They were all chanting Knicks in 4, and I, definitely would be okay with that, but I didn't see the Spurs getting swept in this one, as inexperienced as they are. They're just too good to not win at least one game. So, yeah, they already advanced it. New York has 1 timeout left. Gets it to Anunoby for corner 3, and it's good. 9 seconds left on the clock. 113-111. Spurs timeout now. Oh, man. Oh, my God. Ha! OG. The OG, man. That was an AG level bucket there. That was AG all over. Man. Awesome play from OG Anunoby. 9 seconds now. You've got to get a stop, and then you've got to get a bucket. If they throw a 3, if the Knicks get a 3 going, they can win it, or they can tie it with a 2, but you got to get a stop first. And you got to get a stop without fouling, which, if you remember, they're already in the bonus. So if you foul them, they're going to send them to the line. You've got to pick the right person to foul, because if you foul Wemby or Fox or even Castle, they're too good at the free throws. You got to foul someone. Man. Very close. This is going to be insane. So 113-111. Spurs on top by 2. Both teams are in the bonus. Both teams have 1 timeout left. 9.4 seconds left on the clock. So they advance it. You got to get a stop, Knicks. Come on, you got to get a stop. They get it over to Castle, and then there's the foul. So you're going to get Castle to the foul line. Best chance is that he misses at least one. Makes it a 3-point game. You hit a 3, you send it to overtime. Let's go. Come on. This is crazy. 113, 111. Castle at the line. He makes the first one. 3-point game, 114, 111. Oh, man. I feel the anxiety from all of the Knicks fans right now. 6.8 left on the clock, too. So they're going to bring in Mitch Robinson.
If you're the Spurs, you want to foul immediately. Don't even give them an opportunity. That's the only downside to having Mitchell Robinson in this position.
So they got the double bigs in. Castle for the second one. And he makes it. Damn. 4-point lead. 6 seconds left on the clock. I mean, the only way you can tie this right now is if you hit a 3 while getting fouled, 4-point play, you tie it, but I don't know. I don't know if the Knicks can pull this one off. They had to have gotten a stop there. They didn't get the stop. They fouled the wrong shooter, in my opinion. Now, it is possible if they put a 3 up, but they miss it, but they get fouled at the 3. That's still 3. You can make it a 1-point game, and then possibly foul immediately. Hopefully they've missed one shot, and then you get a bucket in on another shot to tie it. But still a lot of opportunities here. Very difficult right now, though. Oh, my goodness. Come on, Knicks. Yeah, they definitely need a 4-point play. I don't know how you draw that within 6 seconds, but... And you have to get it off quick to give yourself a chance. You can't drain that clock at all to get that bucket off. You have to inbound immediately and shoot. Pitch and shoot. Like... All right, so Hart's going to be inbounding the ball. He's guarded by Wemby. Hart looking for Bridges, turned around. No good. Oh. Off on Castle. So they still get the ball with 2 seconds left. It's over. Wow. And Anunoby for 3, no good. And the Spurs take game 3. 2-1 now. 115 to 111 is the final score. Spurs win in Madison Square Garden. And you got to blame Trump for this one. He came to the Garden, made it all difficult, took away the experience of watch parties. Man. Bummer for the Knicks. Hats off to the Spurs. That was the bounce back that you wanted after losing 2. And they definitely looked different this game than they did the last 2 games. Wemby did not look as gassed in this one. So I don't know if he took a lot of energy drinks, got his orange slices or whatever, but they did it. They got it in on the road here. So we're definitely getting a game 5 now. Now I just say, Spurs, you got to win one more. Allow the Knicks to win in the Garden. Got to get one more. just not game 4. Let the Knicks fans get at least one home game here. Let the Knicks fans get one home game win. You win game 5. We win in front of your crowd. Let the Knicks get the championship in game 6. That was a game. Holy crap. That was a game. Good game, Spurs. Good game, New York. How are we feeling? What do we all think? What was your takeaway from this? I think that the Spurs definitely were more locked in. And I think I heard this from ESPN earlier today, that there's less pressure on them in this one. Even though they were down 0-2 in this game, or in this series, there's less pressure because they're not at home anymore. And now you can come together more as a team because everyone else is against you. When everyone else is against you, it brings people closer together. And so I definitely saw more of a team play from the Spurs in this game than the other games. Definitely. And it kind of felt like the Knicks were more broken up a little bit in this one. This was still a valiant effort from the Knicks. They showed a lot of heart still, but there was also a lot of bogus calls on the reffing. I'm not going to blame the reffing for why they lost. It's not why. There was a lot of turnovers that they shouldn't have made, a lot of fouling that they shouldn't have done, but there was a lot of bogus calls. I will say that. That is for sure, but I didn't expect them to sweep. Good on the Spurs for getting one on the road. So now we'll head to Game 4, which is on Wednesday. I will do my best to do a live there, though I will be on the road myself in the Bay Area. And then we'll have Game 5. So quick check-in with the film side. If you didn't watch in the other ones, my film of the day was Close Encounters of the Third Kind. So check that out. If you have Fandango, you can buy it on there, or you can also get it on Amazon, also on Apple. I don't think it's streaming currently on like Netflix or HBO or something, but it is a very good film. It's Spielberg's third film. Check it out. It is the first Alien film, full Alien feature film that he's done. So check that one out. Let me know, because Disclosure Day does come out on Friday. So I definitely want to hear from y'all on your thoughts on that. So let me know if you check out Close Encounters of the Third Kind. But then, yeah, we will definitely be back on Wednesday. It's either going to be a live if I can, or a post-game video that I'll post later afterwards. Typically, I'm starting to like more of going live because I don't have to do any editing, but we'll see. But thanks for everyone joining in. Again, I know some people are really wanting those time box scores on the the scorecard there being shown, the widgets or whatever. I need more budget for that. So if you want to help out, there is the link for my PayPal if you want to give it a donation or whatever to help me keep this thing alive and build it up. I'd be very grateful. But if you liked this, please give this a like and share it out. Subscribe if you haven't already. But you have been listening to CS 105.1, where I talk about basketball with good vibes. We'll catch you on Wednesday.